Well, hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. Friends, short and sweet. Today it's time for the penultimate episode of Season 2 and the entire series of Andor as we watch Episode 11, Who Else Knows? Now with our last episode, friends, we saw the curtain close on Luthen, and now we have to see how the rest of the play shakes out on this grand stage for the other players. If you could do me a favor before we get started, hit that like button, smash that subscribe, ring that bell for notifications. It greatly helps out a small channel and it allows me to alert you next time we go live. And of course, if there's anything that we do that you would like early or in its full-length format, the link to our Patreon is in the description. And if you're not a fan of Patreon, try YouTube memberships. You'll get all of our episodes at least a day early. But my dear friends, all that is then and this is now, and now it's time for the penultimate episode of Andor, Episode 11, Who Else Knows? Prepare to engage maximum warp reaction. And away we go! Oh, friends, here we go. Buckle up. Something tells me we're in for a ride. Boy, my mind is racing as I'm trying to figure out how they're going to close this out. Trying to think of where we need all the players to be. Great shot.
Who's that?
He runs the hospital.
The attackers. I was told there was a team of 3.
That's the current thinking.
Based on what?
Team of 3.
Reactor, medical director.
Dr. Recklaw?
Are you the one that's closed my hospital?
Ha ha ha. Look at the size of this guy.
Building. I'll decide if we are in a position to admit patients or not.
Arrest him.
What?
This is an ISB crime scene. If you're slowing me down, you're a suspect.
What?
You've made your point.
Make sure the doors stay locked. I need immediate access to your security logs.
God, that was quick. Arrest him. When you've got the power and you are without conscience, you can wield it however you would like. Oh, how the turns have tabled. Krennic. Wow, coming in himself. Look at these shots. That's such a cool idea.
Who else knows?
About what?
Is the urgency of the situation not palpable?
Told is that Supervisor Young is dead.
Is that why I'm here?
Who?
What single thing would drag me to this forsaken basement? Say it. Say the word.
Death Star.
Death Star.
There we go.
This is absurd.
Resistance is absurd.
I am not a rebel spy.
Oh, at the moment, that is the only plausible scenario.
Whoa.
Was he on your list of suspects?
You should talk to Heert about Young. They were close. It's possible. Young was a busybody, always on the fringes.
When did you give him your code cert?
Excuse me? My clearances, never. Why would I do that?
I don't have time for why.
Oh my God.
Are less pressing than the extent of your betrayal.
If Young had my cert, then he stole it.
Doesn't look good for you, Dedra.
2 years of Jeddah working group printouts in your files.
I should have reported it.
What are you doing, Dedra?
I didn't read them all. Most of them I never opened.
But you read enough, didn't you?
You know enough now.
Supervisor Young spent 3 hours last night logged into your account. Now, shall we take a guess?
Jesus, you're the leak.
There's a partisan spy mentioned in the Jeddah readouts, a valet for the local Moff. When questioned, he said that he had been recruited by a man with a Fondor Hallcraft full of antiquities. And that crucial piece of information, rather than being directed my way, was buried and became something I had to scavenge
How
for.
terribly perplexing.
Oh boy.
Such passionate competency with the mindless decision to confront Luthen Rail on your own!
God, Ben Mendelsohn.
Whatever Young told Rail, she knows too. It may be days before he's well enough to be questioned. She needs to be found.
He's dead.
We need agents at every transit point we can cover.
We'll do our best to carry on without you.
Jesus. Dedra, you were in a no-win situation from episode 1 of season 1.
It's a concentrated care unit. Roll back 1 hour.
That we can do. My cousin actually has an application in with the ISB.
I wouldn't say that. They're going to track every single holding for Luthen, every single holding that could be under Clea's name, or even an alias, anything. They're going to follow the money, and these safe houses are not going to be safe much longer. Yeah, they're going to get her. I wonder if they have a secondary ship. There's going to be some type of blockade, some type of like APB type of thing out on her. She's going to need to have a private craft. Is it a radio? Oh my God.
It's like she's turning away.
She knows there's a camera. She's trying to hide.
She's buying herself time right here. Oh my God. Can she get all the way to, like, Yavin? They've got her. They've got her.
There's no team. It's only her.
Jesus. There's respect in that voice. It's only her. Crazy. Oh my God. There's Will.
It woke me up. It was chattering away. Is it a radio?
When?
It's stopped now, but...
How long ago?
Wilman, what is it?
Since it went off, how long?
Half an hour?
Yeah, he doesn't have time right now.
Make sure he doesn't see my tiles.
I, unlike you, have never cheated. I have my own tiles to focus on.
Look at this.
You don't seem surprised by his bid.
Mel, she steps up. Had to happen.
I see. Very well.
Very well.
Humans, Kay. You never know what they're gonna do. Deal with it.
We've played 863 games.
You don't have any tens left, do you?
It would be sad if the two of you were conspiring again.
Play.
It would be sad if you were conspiring again.
Wait. Whoa.
My God, this is so tense. Oh my, they have her on everything.
What's your name again?
Oh boy.
There will be no horizon to the scope of your inquiry, nor will there be any limit to your effort. Failure will earn you a place in the ever-lengthening ISB death march. Are we clear?
Wow.
The warrant. To be clear, what's the charge? Sedition or murder?
Doesn't matter.
All of the above.
She's diseased. She escaped the hospital with an infectious condition that threatens everyone with whom she may come in contact.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
You were supposed to be ready by now.
You sound like Tarkin.
It's a miracle we've kept it quiet this long.
We're moments away. Days! A few more tests, we're there.
Save the sermon for Palpatine.
Oh my God.
You have a plague to stop, and I was due in Scarif 2 hours ago.
Man, we're going right up to Rogue One, aren't we?
Best of luck to us both.
Man, just the performances across the board have been amazing.
There's a base-wide restriction on unauthorized radio transmission. I can call up the exact language if you're curious. I see. No one is curious.
Nobody's curious.
Crossed wire. When was the last time it was tested?
Turn on right now.
Who are we hiding from? I realize this is a question, but is there a question you are willing to answer?
Okay. You know I'm right.
We need a flight plan.
It's a test, Ron. We're not filing a flight plan.
It's a good idea. Test
I
run.
hear the Rev not talking.
Go get her, Cassian. Look at this. Oh my God, friends, look at this.
I have not been authorized to leave the base. You need to stand down and return immediately.
You are hearing that, aren't you?
You are hearing that, right?
Orders we've disobeyed so far. Would you like to know how many?
No.
17.
There's 17, whether you want to hear it or not.
18.
18, yep. Let's go. She's like, I stood up for that.
I came as soon as I could.
Uh-huh.
His assistant infiltrated the hospital. She's on the run.
And it's all on you now.
I've just pushed out a massive search package, but you know as well as I do that she's too smart to go where they're looking. You know them.
Dedra, don't help him out now.
She'll need to reach out.
Well, we're scanning everything we can.
She knows that. There was a radio on Ferrix, and her Krieger had one. We found several of them. Old frequencies, pulse codes.
Fuck. Ah, Dedra, why do you have to help?
You can run him down all you want. But the truth is, none of this would be here without Luthen.
Yep.
Confine this man to quarters until further notice.
Are you kidding me? We only broke 18 rules. I mean, I get the need for secrecy. I'm completely understand why they're doing it.
They had the antenna. It's ingenious. They spliced it into a metro tower next door. They've been using Imperial broadcast power for who knows how long.
Don't sound like you respect that. Let's go.
I've been to Coruscant. I was in a parade there once. The Emperor was there.
Wow. I was in a parade once. He can remember his past life. That's crazy.
I can't trace back something I don't have.
Oh, no. Oh, no. Shit. Oh, my God. They're not going to be able to... I mean, she's not in Rogue One. Spoiler alert.
They're deploying a team as we speak.
I'll oversee the operation personally.
We'll be following closely.
It's like ground control in that room with all like the fluorescent or the light desks.
Hang on.
Come on, lean. Oh, it's so cool. Oh boy. That's that tactical team, isn't it? They have any KXs? Because if they don't...
There you go, sir. Sergeant Benzie. Benzie's running team 2. They'll be flanking, posting up the ship for the ride out.
And there's your open feed.
He's going to be able to hear the whole thing go down.
I don't like it here.
Keep the engine running.
I mean, oh my gosh. With the physicality of that droid and Alan Tudyk, it's just amazing the life they can bring from him.
It's imperative she's taken alive. Supervisor!
It's kind of cool. It's like whenever like a detective puts on a vest for a raid. He knows what happened. He'll know they've been jammed.
Repeat. On site, all clear.
Cassian, take the hint, buddy. No comms? What's the procedure for that?
Oh no.
Oh my God, and he can't get word to him. Just the footfalls. The sound design is incredible in this show. No traffic whatsoever.
Gus, is this it? Yeah.
Doesn't look good.
It's at the very end.
Because of course it is. You guys are going to have to daredevil your way out through that hallway.
Tell them we're ready.
What do you got, Egon? Oh my God, they took the frequency. Well, at least she's not paying attention.
It would be you, wouldn't it?
Oh, they just need to figure out which room it's in. Oh, shit. I thought they were trying to send a false message.
Energy project. Palpatine's energy push. It's a lie. It's a weapon. Okay, they're building a weapon.
Oh, she's not gonna make it.
It's all about this weapon.
And you're sure Luthen's dead?
Galen Urso, he's an engineer. There's a research center. Galen Urso, say it.
Clea.
Repeat what I've told you! Luthen died for this.
We cannot stay here, Clea.
And go where?
You know where, Clea. Come on.
They need to hear this.
Will you tell them?
Why don't you want to go?
I'm not leaving you here.
Right. We're f***ing going. Let's go. They should be on the floor below.
This is TAC 2C over by the bridge. Did we request an enforcement droid?
Are you with us? No.
No. What's the call now? Blue milk, anyone?
We'll tell them together.
Clea, come on!
You left us anyway. You left us behind.
I made a choice.
Oh my God, go.
He stayed for what I've just told you. He stayed to figure this out. And you need to tell these people in Yavin what they're up against. You owe him now.
Guys, we need to get the out of here. Oh, you gotta be shitting me. Oh, you gotta be shitting me. Oh my God, I had no idea we were even that close. So pissed. Oh, all right, everybody. We just finished the 11th episode, the penultimate episode of Andor Season 2, Who Else Knows? And the only thing left to do is talk about it. All right, everybody, we just finished the penultimate episode of Cassian Andor as we watch Season 2, Episode 11, Who Else Knows? Well, this is the dominoes are falling now, friends. Goodness gracious. That episode... Dear God, that episode ended way faster than I expected it to. I thought I had at least 10, even like 20 more minutes. I did not expect. I looked down and it was like 30 some minutes in. I'm like, oh, thank God, I got plenty of time. They're gonna be able to show us what happened. Nope. Nope. They expansed me. Oh my gosh, but it was so well done. The one thing I had a bit of a problem with, and what do you all think about this? I understand that Clea is super spun up. I mean, absolutely, understandably so. She is incredibly upset. The death of Luthen, everything's collapsed. You know, everything that they built, she's viewing Yavin as like ungrateful, you know, which I understand that they are. You know, the way that they've talked about Luthen, you know, oh, he snaps and you all come running and blah, blah, blah. There's like a bitterness there that I don't really understand by the Rebel Alliance, but whatever. I understand her hesitancy. Let's put it that way. I understand her side of it because of the actions of Yavin. And, you know, I get it. She wants to honor him. She wants to honor Luthen. And in many ways, you know, we don't know exactly how he felt about the people at Yavin. He wasn't there. It might, you know, feel like a betrayal to Clea, maybe. And the character of Clea is absolutely fantastic, but I mean, without par. The only thing I didn't understand with this one is she knows. She's too smart. She's brilliant. She's probably the smartest person that we have in this show, which is saying something because all of these characters are highly intelligent. They're very perceptive, very intuitive. And she's probably the best of the bunch. I mean, I think that, you know, I would say that she was even better than Luthen because she knew what needed to be done. And she kind of removed the sort of the sometimes Luthen would kind of even get wrapped up in his own kind of like patriotism, his own like, you know, ideals and political beliefs. You know, we got to get this done and blah, blah, blah. And she knew how to cut through all that shit and what needed to be done to get from point A to point B with whatever their plan was. So she is, in my mind, is the apex predator of, you know, intelligent, thoughtful characters in the show. She knows that they're coming for her. She can't have any illusion that she's going to somehow be able to hide out in this apartment forever. She has to know that they're on their way. She has to know that you know, she's compromised across the board. Everything is compromised. So that's why I didn't understand why she wouldn't be like at least wanting to get out of there. You know, self-preservation, I understand the noble gesture of, you know, being spun up for Luthen. I completely get it. She had to kill him, for God's sakes. The man, despite what he said, you know, am I your daughter, you know, only when I need you to be, type of shit, he was her dad. And I mean, that's the way she looked at him, that she protected him, you know, she worked with him shoulder to shoulder. And she just had to say goodbye to him, her constant, her companion, whatever you want to call Luthen. He was there for her since a childhood, you know, but taught her, built her, built what she is, you know, and who she is, you know, assigned her personality to her basically as part of the number one influence in her young life. Oh, friends, so she has to know. And again, like I said, there's a noble nature to kind of the respect for the fallen, but at the same time, what would he want you to do? That's always the question. Would, you know, the person that's gone want you to act like this, want you to be sad, want you to... But with Luthen was always so practical, just like her. He would be like, you know, forget me right now. You can mourn me later. You can, you know, go fall into a depression or a melancholy later. Get safe. Get out of here. There's no way he would want her to go out in a blaze of glory. That was not their style. You know, Luthen didn't pull a gun on Dedra, you know, and just shoot her dead. He killed himself. That's the way that they do this shit. They are not soldiers. They are spies. And, you know, the number one thing is get whatever you can get from the enemy, get it back to base. And that, my friends, is the most vital piece of information in the Star Wars universe. The Death Star is coming and it needs to be stopped. Other than that, if we don't do that, we don't have a trilogy. It's just so expertly done in that, again, I talked about it on a couple of the reactions, but we know the outcome of this story. We know how it ends, but yet the delivery of this tale is so well done that you continue to maintain a level of tension, and that shouldn't exist. And again, it's the supporting characters that are carrying that weight because we're unsure as to how exactly they're going to make it out of all of this, if they make it out of all of this. So, you know, that's where, for me anyway, that's as an audience member, my tension lies with the people that don't appear in Rogue One. I'm both curious as to why they don't appear in Rogue One, but also, you know, the trepidation is real because you don't want to see them end in some horrific manner, which is, in this life, is something that is absolutely prevalent. It's going to happen. Now, the setup for this one makes me think, Krennic said he was just days away from getting the Death Star fired up. But, you know, when he says there's a couple days, that could be government speak for 2 months, you know, knowing the way that the slow drip of efficiency inside either the Empire or just general government. But again, with that, he said he was going to Scarif. Now, Krennic was on Scarif for, you know, the majority of Rogue One, if I remember correctly. I'm not sure he was actually present anywhere else. But with all of that being said, with him kind of taking his place for Rogue One, we can only assume that we're pretty close. You know, we are very little runway here before the events of Rogue One start. I'm walking into this with the understanding there's only really kind of 2 ways for these characters to go at this point. We have 1 episode left to set up for Rogue One. The characters that we know are in Rogue One, they pretty much have a pass to that area. The characters that do not appear in Rogue One have 2 fates, basically. They're either dead or they're hidden. Presumably not on Yavin. So could Clea, like, end up somewhere else? I mean, I suppose. I just can't see a personality like hers. You know, somebody that has just been working and fighting all this time to just, like, you know, call it a career if she gets off of Coruscant and be like, well, I'm just going to go hide out on some, you know, moon on the rim somewhere. And when it's all over, let me know. You know, I just don't see that. So again, just applying what we know about the characters and what we know about, you know, very near future events, it's tough to come up with a happy ending for a lot of these characters. Friends, there's not much to say other than take your places, take your places. The play is about to begin. Friends, if you could do me a favor, hit that like button, smash that subscribe, ring that bell for notifications. It greatly helps out a small channel, and it allows me to alert you next time it's time to watch some sci-fi. And of course, if there's anything that we do that you would like early or in its full-length format, the link to our Patreon is in the description. And if you're not a fan of Patreon, consider YouTube memberships. You'll get all of our episodes about a day early. But my dear friends, all that is then and this is now, and now it's time to say goodbye. The last time we say goodbye from this, the series of Andor, because at the end of the next one, friends, we can't say goodbye. We just have to see where it goes. Because right now we have a moment as the Greek chorus to say goodbye from somewhere inside this very tense episode. And I'm going to pick someplace with a little bit of hope, a little bit of levity, and a little bit of a catch your breath moment before what I know is going to be the tension of this last episode and Rogue One. Let's say goodbye from the gaming table, my friends, as we get to sit and maybe watch some of the earlier hands where K2SO begins to formulate his opinion of his probably cheating human companions. Until such time as the good-natured game turns into a very deadly one, Vulcan roll, and I'll see you.